Back live in the studios here at WLCN. Viewpoint is the program, politician of personalities, politicians, and perspectives. We've eliminated the politicians. We will have personalities and perspectives.
We've eliminated
perhaps maybe in some, with all deference to our good friends here at the Logan County level, and our friend Larry Baumke, who's now retiring, or will be. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just make light of the politicians, period. What things are going in this day and time. Okay.
I might join your drive there.
Yes, all righty. Why don't you introduce our next night?
Yeah, Angela Stoltzenberg is the head of Community Action here in Lincoln.
Back again. We're glad to have you too, Angie.
Thank you.
Angie has so much going on that I think she could be our monthly feature or something, because there's always something new and something in the works. And because the last time, and you are going to be at the health fair, by the by.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Your booth is going to address what particularly?
Well, we're going to be there, not tomorrow, Friday, for the Children's Health Fair, because our Community Action Head Start program is going to have a booth. So we'll be there for that on Friday, and then on Saturday we'll just have a general booth out there promoting all of our services.
And one service that's in the works is your senior, not senior, your public.
Yes.
Senior we've got, thank you God.
Yes.
And now we're going to have possibly public. I know you've been working on it for a long time, but I'm sure that in your position you have to employ an awful lot of patience.
Yeah, it's been a very long process. But we have actually just recently, this is breaking news, just received our last contract, our obligation document from IDOT. So we finally have access to the funds that we need to actually start doing things. Now, we have no start date yet, because there's a lot of things that have to get put into place, and we have a lot of internal restructuring we need to do in order to administer and do public transportation. We have to train our drivers and go through a hiring process for public transportation drivers, and we had our senior programs combined with transportation and nutrition, so we're in the process of separating that out. So there's a lot to be done, but now at least we can get started.
Do you ever get bored?
Unfortunately, no.
I didn't think so.
Before I took this job, in my previous positions, I remember, what am I going to, I'm just, I need to be challenged. I'm supposed to be doing more with my life. And now I've had, I think, 5 of those days in the past 6.5 years where I've gone, wait a second, I can actually have some time to breathe and think big.
Coupled with that is she has a couple little rugrats at home.
Yes.
So that also keep you very busy.
Good boys.
Yes. I sure think they are, yes.
Yeah, they are wonderful. Now, just one more little tiny thing about the public transportation. Will the public people ride on the same van with the old people?
Yeah,
that'd be me.
Yeah. that is in fact that will be the case.
No segregation there. Then
that will be the case. Is that we'll try to anybody who, once we get started, anybody who needs a ride, we're going to try to get them where they need to go, and whoever's on the van or the car or in the car, they all get to.
Now, this is the logistical thing, and you may not be this far, but seriously, God forbid, if I had to make use of that, where would I go to if I wanted to go downtown, for instance? Is there a collecting point for the
No, it's actually just like the way that we operate senior transportation now is called on demand or demand response. And so there won't be a route, there won't be a big bus, it'll just be an individual van as needed. And we'll pick you up at your home and we'll take you where you need to go, and you call us when you're ready to come back and we'll take you back home or to the next stop.
It's just amazing. I mean, totally amazing. And also, one of your next big things is going to be the Cheeseburgers in Paradise.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Cheeseburgers in Paradise is this weekend, and this is the 7th Cheeseburger in Paradise period for the agency. And the focus of the event is really to raise money for all of our senior programs, not just transportation, but also our nutrition program. And that includes home-delivered meals, but also congregate meals. And historically, our senior programs have just been they're underfunded, and we're constantly in a need to raise dollars. So Cheeseburgers was really developed to help that need, although still, we raise about $20,000 to $25,000 in this one night, which is outstanding. Sadly,
Really?
Yes. Sadly,
My
it's still a drop in the bucket compared to,
I'm
what
sure.
it costs to run those programs, because they are so severely underfunded. But it certainly has helped us be able to maintain the services, because when I came on, 6.5, 7 years ago, that was a real concern, was whether or not the agency was going to continue those things, because we were losing so much money every year and not necessarily being able to balance it out.
I remember not terribly long ago when the senior nutrition program was really on the fence. And now you're talking about it here, so apparently it's working for today anyway.
Yeah, it's working for today. We know what an important need it is for the community, and it's important for community action to fill that need. So, we're doing everything we can, and luckily we've been able to get, we've received grants from Eaton.
Oh, I
that
suppose.
has been
Bless their hearts.
incredible support from Eaton Corporation.
They sure do.
We've received some grants from the Woods Foundation that has allowed us to add a hybrid vehicle to our fleet for senior transportation. It has allowed us to make improvements to our kitchen. Those are just things that we wouldn't have been able to do without that kind of support. So, we've been very thankful.
How did your underfundedness, if that's a word, come about? Was it because there is such demand, or was it because you're depending in part on government funds?
It's mostly because the amount that, we receive a grant from the state through Illinois Department on Aging, comes through the Area Agency on Aging, and that
If
amount
it comes through at all.
Well, it actually does come through. It's from the Older Americans Act, so it is actually federal money. It just has to make a few stops before it gets to us.
Certainly.
So the piece of pie gets smaller and smaller, of course, as it makes its way down.
Till you get your 2 nickels.
You want, but at the same time, you want people to abstain certain regulations, and there's all kinds of things you need to do, and that costs money to have that process done. But anyway, those dollars come through, and honestly, it's just never met the cost, and the costs keep going up, and that dollar amount hasn't gone up for 20 years. I mean, we don't receive increases every year to account for the increased prices of food or gas and all those things, or the minimum wage that went up, all the way up, the first 4 years I was there, minimum wage increased every year, and we certainly didn't have an increase in funding to account for that. So you're trying to do the same thing with the same amount, or with the same amount of money, which ends up being the less money, and it's very challenging.
May I ask a question about the Meals on Wheels?
Mm-hmm.
That's such a blessing, and those of us who don't require that are so blessed not to have to rely on that. How does that? What is the modus operandi? What is the structure for that, Angie?
Well, we deliver meals, 2 meals on Monday, 2 meals on Wednesday, and 1 meal on Friday, so that people have access to 5 meals a week. And those are delivered, the majority of those meals are delivered by staff. But we do have some volunteers as well. St. John United Church of Christ in Lincoln has an amazing volunteer program that really helps us out a lot to deliver local meals. But again, we do this program in Logan and Mason County, so we're spread out.
Yeah.
But that's
how many meals on an average would you? Really? Significant numbers is
more than you serve at home, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but really very significant numbers.
Well, sure. I mean, between congregate and home delivered meals every year, we serve over 60,000 meals. I hope I'm right on that. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the congregate site.
I'm going to say 30,000. I'm going to say 30. I didn't come with my numbers in front of me.
We'll go for 30.
Okay.
That'd be good. Where are the congregate sites? Because I can remember having heard that that component of the meals was so important, because some of these people, get lonely. And it's an opportunity to fellowship with the rest of humanity.
Yep.
So where are the congregate sites?
Well, we have a few throughout Logan and Mason. We have a congregate site in Lincoln at Logan Courts. We also have in Beeson, the United Methodist Church there is a congregate site. Over in Mason County, we have a restaurant that we actually use as a congregate site, which is called the South 40 in Easton. And we also have a congregate site at the Foreman Center, which is in Manitou. It's a community center. And the seniors have kind of an exercise class, and then afterwards they can eat, and so we use that as a congregate site as well.
Gee, they ought to reverse that order.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
It occurs to me that obviously you must have a significant number of volunteers to help in this. That's impressive. When you stop thinking, your jurisdiction is really rather large.
Yes, it really is.
And pulling it together and making it work the way it works takes a lot of, again, tip of the hat to you. But the volunteers that show up, and they have to be counted on. And it's not just coming once a month, apparently. You have some very loyal people, particularly you mentioned St. John's United Church. You know, it's interesting, Judith, each and every one of us has a little stick that we like to help support. And when you have a church such as St. John's come in and put their shoulder to the wheel as a unit, that just helps you immensely, doesn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely does. And you know, really, in a budgetarily perfect world, we would have nothing but volunteers delivering those.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not realistic. People don't have that kind of time to be able to devote 3 times a week that they're really going to be able to always be there to deliver those meals, or to have your food handler's license to be able to be a site director of a congregate site. So there is a requirement for us to employ staff to really pull quite a few of those things off. But when you think about what St. John's Church does, they're a perfect or an excellent example of a group coming together. And of course you probably know Tony and
oh gosh, of course I do.
Rifestack, they're really the leaders on that group, because that means if somebody can't make it, they do it themselves.
Oh, I believe that.
I mean, they're outstanding, and so that's one less thing for our staff to worry about, because they are a dedicated bunch, and they get it done. They absolutely do. They're wonderful.
Tony Rifestack is a human dynamo.
Yes, she is.
She is. Honest to John, that woman is, I wish I could clone her.
Yeah, you could have her here once a month, too, to talk about everything that she does.
Oh, gosh.
She doesn't know she's getting accolades this morning. But really, they're the ones who make it happen for us with the volunteers.
She's a special girl.
Yeah, I was privileged to work with Tony on the District 27 Board of Education, and it goes back a long way, so I know whereof you speak there.
Yeah.
She's very special.
Yes.
Now, let's reiterate the skinny on the cheeseburgers in Paradise. The who, what, where, when, why.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're sold out. So I'm going to get all kinds of people excited, and they can't even get in the door. But I'll tell you anyway, for those who are coming, we've got at least...
Well, so that next year you can hop on earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
You people like me.
I mean, we're so lucky. We're so lucky that it's become such an exciting, fun event that people look forward to, because we've sold out by the end of January for the past, well, every year we've sold out, but for the past 6 years we've sold out before the end of January, and this is a March event, so it's been wonderful. We have so many great...
Take it from inception. Tell us about how it starts and about the program.
Well, how we got the idea. We got the idea, actually, we copied another community who was doing a Jimmy Buffett type themed party.
Reinvent the wheel.
Hey, if it's working, why fix it,
You bet.
So luckily, Beth Fleshman, who is the Deputy Director and the Head Start Director at Community Action, she had attended one down in Effingham. So she really brought the idea back, and ever since we've been doing it, and the Jimmy Buffett theme has just been great, and everybody has a good time. Basically what we do, we open doors at 6 o'clock. We have a comedian come over.
That'd be PM.
That would definitely be PM. Doors open at 6, and we have all the cheeseburgers you can eat. Cheeseburger in Paradise.
What doors open?
Knights of Columbus. Okay. Yeah, probably should have mentioned that. So in Lincoln at the KC's. And then we have food, all the cheeseburgers you can eat at 6:30 open up, and people can eat. And we have silent auctions, which is something we added last year. so they can peruse some silent auctions. We have a comedian come from Mason City Limits Comedy Club.
Oh, good.
And we always have a good time with that. And then we have a live auction. So we're really excited this year. We have some great prizes to give away, some great auction items for people to win.
Can you give us just a sneak peek?
And again, these prizes are donated by individuals and businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the majority of them are donated free and clear. Well, one great donation we have is from WLCN, as a matter of fact. We have a $1,000 advertising package that we're giving
that's pretty
in our live
significant.
auction. Yeah, we're really excited about that one, and we thank WLCN for that. And then another thing that we're excited about, last year, this was our second highest item. We call it Carnivore's Delight, but basically, Chris Grau, along with his barbecue partner Jim Bishop, they're doing a barbecue package.
How neat.
So they're going to deliver to either someone's house or to a party that they're having a wonderful barbecue feast. A whole smoked pork shoulder pulled and ready to serve, or a whole smoked beef brisket, trimmed, sliced, and ready to serve. And that's about 8 pounds of brisket or pulled pork, depending, and 5 racks of baby back or St. Louis ribs, homemade barbecue sauce and barbecue rub. And so we're really excited about that one. We expect that to be a very big one this year. And
Good for them.
their barbecue team's called RJ's Barbecue. And then we have a really... we kind of wanted to have some cool experiences on there this time, and we're also giving the opportunity to be an honorary judge at the barbecue Up in Smoke on the Square barbecue contest that goes on with the art and balloon festivals.
Yes.
And so we're giving away, or not giving away, somebody's going to buy two sets of 2 judges' seats. So you get to taste all and sample all of those barbecue items that are being submitted for the competition. So if you're into barbecue, that's the seat you want to be sitting in, because you're going to get to try the chicken that they make, and beef brisket, and ribs, and pork shoulder, and people are going to eat that up. So we're excited about that.
People are going to have a lot of
one.
barbecue sauce on their face.
Absolutely. Napkins are included.
Good deal.
Yes.
Well, thanks to Chris Grau for that, too.
Absolutely,
That's very nice.
Yes.
Well, and
prize
Jim
there.
Bishop. We have
And
to.
Jim Bishop, yeah,
Let's
thank
throw
you.
Jim in,
Yes.
since he's out there in the smoke too.
Yes, exactly. We're so thankful for them to be providing that this year, because like I said, that was a hot item the last couple of years. So
Great.
we expect it to be a big hit this year as well. And the judging seats, that's new. I think it's an exclusive. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's an exclusive item for Cheeseburger in Paradise. So
Never before has this happened in the known world.
yes.
Okay.
And it's intriguing. This has been so popular that you say that you're sold out in January, early February.
Yep.
That's really neat to have. Again, community pulling together, Judith K.
Well, amen. I tell you what, if you got a little free time on Saturday, you can be well entertained in Lincoln, Logan County. So I don't want to hear from anybody that I didn't have anything to do. That always torques me anyway.
It's a busy weekend this weekend.
It sure is.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you. Good luck to you. I'm sure it'll be a smashing success.
Thank
So
you.
go out to the health fair and then go to the KC's. So doors open at 6. That'd be p.m.
But if you have a ticket, don't
Yeah.
show
If
up
you
if you
have
don't
a
have a
ticket.
ticket.
But
Don't
don't
go
just
out
show
to
up
KC's.
unannounced.
And
No.
the tickets have been all pre-sold.
Yep.
And so,
Yeah. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
that's great.
Good
That's
for
great to
you,
have.
Angie Stoltzenberg.
Well, thank you. We're really proud. Community Action's really proud to put on the event, and that it's been such a success. And we're so thankful, because if you were right now, I'm sitting in an office full of all these donations, and you just feel that community support. So we're really thankful to have people care about the local seniors that we're serving.
Great.
Well, I don't have any quotes about hamburgers or cheeseburgers, unfortunately.
Well, can't you make something up?
Well,
You like yours with lettuce and tomato, Heinz 57, and French fried potatoes. There you go.
not having a quote for cheeseburgers. I'll go back to the initial subject matter of the early morning, the kudo about music and so forth. Sir Thomas Beecham has said about music, good music enters the ear with facility and quits the memory with difficulty. That'll be one to remember. Yeah. Thank you for Viewpoint. Angie, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having me.